Inside every cell in your body, there's a tiny machine that grabs proteins that are broken or damaged and shreds them into pieces so your body can build new ones. When this machine slows down, the broken pieces pile up. Scientists say that pile-up is one of the real, measurable signs of aging inside your cells. In 2004, 3 scientists won the Nobel Prize in chemistry for figuring out exactly how this machine works. It's separate from autophagy, the self-cleaning process we've covered before on this channel. Autophagy is your cell hauling out whole trash bags at once. This one works piece by piece, more like a shredder, chewing through individual broken proteins, one at a time, all day long, in every cell you have. Here's the twist, and it's the reason I wanted to make this video. Some of the most famous anti-aging foods you've probably heard 100 times may actually slow this shredder down. I'll show you which ones, and the 4 foods that really do switch it on. Let's get into it. So what's actually happening in there? Your cells are making new proteins constantly, thousands of them a day. Some come out broken from the start. Others get damaged over time by stress, by sugar, by plain old wear, the same way a shirt thins out after enough washes. Your cells have a system for dealing with that. A small tag called ubiquitin gets stuck onto the broken protein. Think of it as a sticky note that says, "Toss this one." Then a separate structure, the proteasome, grabs anything wearing that tag and shreds it into pieces small enough to reuse or clear out. Scientists actually measure how well this works by watching a marked protein disappears inside a cell under a microscope. In a young cell, it's gone in minutes. In an old cell, it can sit there for hours. Damaged proteins sit around longer, and sometimes they clump together instead of getting cleared. This has been measured directly in aging muscle and brain tissue, where the slowdown shows up years before any outward symptoms do. Researchers have a word for it, proteostasis, which just means how well your body keeps its proteins clean and working. This isn't happening in one organ. It's happening in nearly every cell you have, all at once, quietly, for decades. It's part of why scientists studying aging have stopped looking for one single cause and started looking at a handful of basic systems like this one, all losing steam together. Which raises the obvious question, does what you eat actually move the needle here? That's exactly what a small group of labs has spent the last 2 decades testing. This part surprised me, and I think it's worth slowing down for. If you've watched anything else on this channel, you already know green tea, turmeric, and quercetin as 3 of the biggest names in anti-aging content. They show up constantly, and they earn their reputation for other reasons. But when researchers pointed these specific compounds at the shredder system, the results ran the opposite direction from what you'd expect. EGCG, the main compound in green tea, blocks the shredder in multiple studies, sometimes cutting its activity by more than half in lab tests. Curcumin from turmeric does the same. So does quercetin, found in onions and apples. Even resveratrol, the star compound in red grapes, shows up in the research as a blocker rather than a booster. Some cancer researchers actually want that blocking effect. Jamming a tumour cell's cleanup system can help kill it, which is part of why these compounds get so much research attention in the first place. But in a normal, healthy cell, just trying to clear its own daily junk, the same effect works against you instead of for you. A channel that only shows you the compounds that happen to fit its title is really just running an ad with citations attached. So none of those 4 are on today's list, even though you'll find them recommended everywhere else. What follows is what the research actually supports. Foods you probably haven't heard tied to this before, and the history behind a few of them might surprise you as much as the science does. The strongest evidence on this list belongs to a compound called Oleuropein, found in olives, olive leaves, and good olive oil. People have trusted this plant longer than almost anything else on this list. An Egyptian medical text called the Ebers Papyrus, written around 1550 BCE, lists olive oil in remedy after remedy, making it one of the oldest documented medicines still sitting in your kitchen today. Egyptian pharaohs were anointed with it during coronation ceremonies as a mark of status and divine favor. In Greece, Hippocrates, the same physician modern medicine still calls the father of medicine, referred to olive oil simply as the great healer. A lab at the National Hellenic Research Foundation in Greece, the same group that first floated the idea that speeding up this shredder could slow aging, tested Oleuropein directly against known lab-made activators. It outperformed several of them. Human fibroblast cells treated with Oleuropein kept dividing longer before hitting the wall where old cells stop renewing themselves, which is about as close to measurable anti-aging in a dish as this field gets. You've probably already got olive oil in your kitchen, but the source matters more than you'd think. Oleuropein is highest in fresh olives, olive leaves, and early harvest cold-pressed oil, not the refined stuff most people grab off the shelf without a second thought. If your olive oil has that peppery catch at the back of your throat when you swallow it, that's the compound doing its job. If it goes down completely smooth, it probably isn't in there. Store it away from heat and light too, since Oleuropein breaks down faster in a bottle left next to the stove. This one almost never comes up in anti-aging content, and honestly, I don't know why. Licorice root contains a compound called 18-alpha-glycyrrhetinic acid. When archaeologists opened the tomb of the Egyptian pharaoh Tutankhamun in 1923, they found a stash of licorice root buried alongside him, placed there more than 3,000 years earlier as part of the royal supply for the afterlife. In China, a medical text called the Divine Farmer's Classic of Materia Medica, written around the year 200, listed licorice as a superior herb and gave it an honorific title that translates roughly to nation's teacher, because physicians believed it balanced and harmonized whatever other medicine it was paired with. Traditional Chinese medicine has leaned on it for well over 1,000 years since. Modern lab studies on aging cells and on brain cells finally caught up to that old reputation. The compound switched the shredder on directly and slowed the kind of damage tied to both general aging and Alzheimer's disease. One clarification before you go looking for this: it's not the sugary black licorice candy from the checkout aisle, which is usually just anise flavoured and contains little to none of the real compound. You want actual licorice root as a tea or as dried root you steep yourself. 1 cup a day is the amount most of the traditional preparations settle on. Next time you go to peel an apple out of habit, stop for a second. The phrase, "an apple a day keeps the doctor away," actually started in Wales in the 1860s as a longer bit of folk rhyme. Eat an apple before bed and you'll keep the doctor from earning his bread. And it stuck around because people kept noticing the fruit seemed to work. Hippocrates recommended apples for digestive trouble more than 2,000 years ago. Apples show up in Ayurvedic medicine in South Asia too, a tradition stretching back some 1,500 years. By the 1600s, the English herbalist Nicholas Culpeper was writing that apples were good for the liver and kidneys, centuries before anyone could explain why at the molecular level. Betulinic acid sits concentrated in apple peels specifically, and lab studies show it can switch on part of the shredder system. Its effect depends on the amount present. Scientists call this dose-dependent, but at the levels you'd actually get from eating the peel. The research points toward it helping, not hurting. If you're worried about pesticide residue, buy organic or give the apple a good scrub, but keep the peel itself. That makes this one about the easiest change on the whole list. Skip the peeler, and you're already getting more than you were before, plus a few thousand years of people agreeing with you. Last up is Carnosic acid, found in both rosemary and sage, 2 herbs from the same plant family that have shown up together in kitchens for centuries. Rosemary has been used in Greece since at least 500 BCE, and it built its whole reputation around memory. Greek students wore sprigs of it around their necks, or braided into crowns, while they studied and sat exams, convinced it sharpened their recall. Ancient mythology even tied the plant to Mnemosyne, the goddess of memory herself. The physician Dioscorides wrote about rosemary in his 1st century encyclopedia of herbal medicine, and Hippocrates used rosemary steeped in olive oil as a treatment for joint pain. Sage carries its own old reputation. Its scientific name, salvia, comes from the Latin word for to be saved, and Roman healers used it for everything from sore throats to memory to snake bites, genuinely believing it was tied to a longer life. What sets this compound apart today is precision. Rather than cranking the whole system up at once, research shows carnosic acid pushes the shredder towards specific proteins known to accumulate and cause trouble as cells age. The ones most likely to be a problem get targeted first, rather than everything getting shredded indiscriminately. The dried herb carries more of the compound than fresh, gram for gram. So don't feel like you're losing anything by reaching for the spice jar instead of a fresh sprig. A few pinches of dried rosemary or sage worked into your cooking most weeks is enough to bring this compound into your diet without rearranging anything else you eat. Let's lay out where the evidence actually stands without polishing it up. Oleuropein has the strongest backing here, tested in living human cells, not just theory, and trusted for it since before written history properly began. Licorice root's compound is exciting but early, mostly proven in labs and animals so far, even with 3,000 years of royal use behind it. Apple peel and rosemary both carry real evidence too, just on a smaller scale than Oleuropeins, backed by centuries of people reaching for them without knowing exactly why. This isn't a miracle fix. Your cells run this cleanup system every day, whether you think about it or not. And what you eat changes how well it runs. Start with the olive oil already in your kitchen. Try licorice tea this week if you're curious. Leave the peel on your next apple. Small, boring changes, repeated for years, are still how this actually works. The same way they worked for the people doing this long before anyone had a microscope to explain why. If this made you see your own body a little differently, hit subscribe. We check the science on this channel instead of recycling it. Take care of yourself from the inside out.